standing up all the way without your knees locked. Letting your muscles release. And as you release them, imagine that they're growing longer and longer. So you could start with your arms and feel that the muscles are hanging on your arms like needles on a pine tree. They're hanging from their point where they are affixed. But there is no tension. And then work through the back muscles, letting them drape on your back like a heavy cape. All the way from the top of your shoulders, down the scapula, the upper back muscles, the lower back, to the sacrum. And then connect to that rope with the weight at the end of it. And allow the muscles to cascade down the rope towards the weight. Then let's move to our feet and imagine you're standing inside your feet. You're looking around and you see not structures of bones and ligaments and muscles, but instead you just see inside space. You can see the inside of the skin of your feet and your toes. And the space inside expands, filling your feet from the inside out. And then moving up to your lower legs. And imagine your lower legs inflating outward from the inside. And you start to feel your body rising as a result. Then your thighs. And then get to the quad. And imagine the quad has this capacity to open like a flower blossoming in the spring. So this just opens up, soft and receiving. And then once you get to your spine, envision the vertebrae and see the space in between each vertebrae. As if you're looking through them and seeing space and light. You can go one vertebrae at a time or groups of vertebrae. Gently creating space between each as you work up the body. And then the skull is lightly resting on the top vertebrae. And imagine that it has a little bit of space between the skull and the vertebrae. And then your shoulders, imagine a horizontal line from the tip of the shoulder in front to the other tip. And it opens and broadens. And then you release along the top of your shoulder to the elbow, along that line, further opening the shoulder. Then the elbows and the wrist. And your arms begin to float lightly and buoyantly. Now place your awareness in the space in front of you and touching your chest and your belly and the inside part of your arm. And with your middle finger, draw up energy through the bubbling well into your body, drawing the fingers towards you, to your heart. And then expand that space and embrace it. Open your hands a little bit and hug that space to your chest. Open the front of your chest, as broad and as expansive. Then rest your elbows down, resting them on the ground. Connect the middle finger to the middle finger, and your thumbs are connected to the crown of your head. And your pinkies connected down to the ground. Let a waterfall wash over you, and release and enjoy the sensation of that water just pouring over your body, and you release with it. It's creating an inviting pool under your feet, and it rises up, floating your whole body. A downward pouring and an upward floating. Then release and slide your hands around your imaginary beach ball. And feel this rounded sphere in front of you. Just hug it in a little bit so you can feel it. And now imagine that that ball is inflating and it goes and receives through the front of your body. And it touches your spine, the very front aspect of your spine. Your eye gaze is downward, your chin resting on the ball. And your shoulders and your chest are broad and rounded to accommodate the ball. Feel the ball inflating outward as you squeeze in slightly inward and find a perfect balance between the outward and the inward. Then release, pouring downward once again and filling hydraulically upward. Then pressing your arms on this imaginary friction. It could be the molecules around you or your imaginary balloon. Feel it under your feet, on top of your head, and on either arms and across your back. Allow it to squeeze you and embrace you gently, and you can release into it, trusting it will hold you. And now Now feel the space in between your fingers, under your arms, under the armpits, in front of you, and behind you, and above you, and even under you. Imagine that you're perfectly suspended in that space. You start to dissolve into that space, releasing, relaxing into it. Take a breath in, release, sit down a little bit more. Then like a straw siphoning up, draw this beautiful energy into your open vessel, through the legs, the trunk, to your second dantian, and open up, out into the space all around you. Release your elbows. Hold the sky with your head, and the feet, the earth with your feet. Allow the earth to hold you and find perfect stillness. Notice the sights and sounds around you, the movements, and you are the center of stillness. Take a breath in and release, and hold your awareness now between your hands. And allow those molecules to expand, and they press on your hands. You expand the space, and the space expands and moves you as large as you want to go, keeping your awareness between the space, between your arms and across your chest. And then as you reverse it, feel that polarity between your hands, counter-resisting, and release and relax on that resistance, joining it, not fighting it. Awareness in the space. Allow it to move you. And at that juncture of changing directions, just hang for a nanosecond, embracing the stillness. And then let go. Release your body, connect to the earth. Pour gravity underneath your feet. Keep your hands still connecting. And then imagine a hydraulic filling from the feet, lower legs, upper legs, qua, the trunk, into your shoulders, all the way to the hands. And then as you release the heaviness down, and fill your body with lightness from the bottom up, all the way, holding the sky with your head. Draw in through the feet and fill, feeling the pull of gravity, using it to release into the earth and build your structure. And then as you release your arms, it's as though you become more taller, more spacious, full of lightness. Let all of the remaining heavy energy cascade down your arms and out your fingers, below your feet to the other side of the earth and beyond into infinity, so that it can dissipate into nothing. And then just take your awareness gently to your body and find any tension that has snuck back in. And Imagine that tension is the water from the waterfall, and you just let it go and cascade away from you. Know that it is safe to release the tension. And go back inside your body and see the inside of the body. Open and cavernous, and yet filling with emptiness, like a balloon expanding out from the inside to the inner skin. Joining with the energy around you. Held in perfect balance. Take a breath in and release. And then we'll shake our hands and wrist to shake off any excess energy that is pooled or is caught. And then moving up to the elbows and your shoulders. Your trunk. Your feet and knees. Your hip, a little challenging, but see how much you can release. Shake out your hip. Back to the ankle, knee. Let go of the hip as much as possible. If you'll feel it in low back. Roll your ankles while keeping the metatarsal heads on the ground. So you go from big ball of big toe to ball of little toe in a nice circle. Be aware of how it's moving the fascia under your feet, under your foot. And then reverse little toe to big toe, circles. And the heel comes high and low. And try to get it from the ankle, not from the hip. So your hip would look like this if you're doing it from the hip. Switch sides. Big toe to little toe. And then reversing. Really feel it in your fascia and your ankle. And then a little bit of a bounce, tap, tap, tap as tolerated. And see if you can let go of your internal organs as you tap. Can you just let your internal organs be so loose that you can feel their jiggle as you tap the heels? And then just stop for a second and feel any changes in your body, warmth or release or lightness or postural changes, hopefully for the better. And we'll gather chi once. And as if spreading that chi evenly all around and in your body. Chi is wise, it knows where to go. So we're not going to direct it towards a particular body part. Just spreading it evenly from head to toe, outside and inside the body. Now we'll do our 8 brocade. So a softness here inside the center of your body with an expansion outside your body, like the rays behind me. So as you're expanding outward, there's a refining inward. And then as you're softening and putting your awareness inward, there's an expression outward. Sorry, come down. Clasping the hands, and then a stretch. Breathe into your fascia. And then let go. Be as soft as you can. From the inside out. Soft. Breathe and expand outward. And release and soft inward. Outward. And inward. All the way down. Drawing in as you expand out. Release and hold that expansion, claiming and maintaining your space, and then release. Hold your space, then release. Inflate and expand. Breathe into your fascia. Hold that expansion and release. Now connecting the hands like two rubber bands, or a rubber band, pulling both ends apart. Stretch it, breathe into it. To stretch it a bit more, then hold that stretch, still stretching between the hands and through the body. Release. Connecting the two hands, imagine stretching the rubber band, both ends, not just the top end. Breathe to stretch it more. Hold that nice open stretch and release. Each time we do our commencement form, it should feel a little bit different. Now, like a funnel right down the body, releasing in the middle. Follow it, follow the weight, and then the weight sinks down and you float up and stretch open. Turn the neck and press down on the opposite arm. Breathe into the fascia tightness, release. Come back. Press with that left, look right. Breathe into tightness. Release. Floating and releasing within the expansion. A softening into the center, so elbows come forward a little bit. And then press and expand, point and look and breathe into the tightness and release. Soft, releasing, expanding. And let go. Inflating all the way up to the fingertips. Hinge at the koala, and then keeping your knees the same amount of bend. Just only go down as far as comfortable. Then let your arms drape and find the tightness or sense it, and then just breathe into it like you're blowing into the balloon. And that releases your fascia. Release your breath. Do one more. And release your breath. Now coming up by hinging on the qua, not one vertebrae at a time, just come up through the qua. Space in each vertebrae all the way up. Stretch into the fascia. Release it. Imagine your body in perfect posture, gently pressing down as you float up. Release the ankles and drop. Good. Up, partial release, and then as soft as you can be inside. Nice. One last draping.